welcome to the Gran Turismo Online Touring Series Championship Race. The heat race has been ran, the cars are set on the grid, and we are ready to go green flag racing for the 40-lap main event. I am here alongside Rashad Metz, which just so happens to be Season 1 GTO Online Champion. So, Rashad, how's it going? And you ready to watch this race?
Oh, thank you for having me on. I'm really excited to watch the race and see what the fans got to see other than what I got to see in the car. But yeah, I'm the champion this year. I'm really ecstatic about that. But I'm really ecstatic to be able to watch this race and call it down to the line with you.
And it is sure to be an exciting one. We saw the 5-lap heat race, a bunch of pack racing, a bunch of drafting and pushing. But now it's time for the Metz painting grid walk. Would you care to start us off, Rashad?
Starting off, we have Miles Johnson in the 06 car. Put the car on pole today with that Brown Motorworks Mustang. I think he's going to have a good shot at winning this race. He's one of our nice oval experts is what I like to call it. So I really think this is where he's going to shine at today.
And rolling off second spot, we have Trevor Levine. Trevor Levine put it on the pole during single car qualifying. Almost won the heat race, but a good run from Miles Johnson. And he still finished second, though, so he's looking forward to having a good run to today's race. And rolling off the third, we actually have Jalen Connor. Jalen Connor had a really good run during the heat race today. And he is hoping to go for the win today. He hasn't ran that many races this season, so this is one of his few chances he has gotten to win a race, so good luck to him today. And rolling off fourth, of course, is my partner in the booth and your Season 1 Gran Turismo Online Champion. Since Donnie Wu, which is second in points, was not able to make it to the race today, Rashad Metz has clinched the championship. 2 wins, and he's just been so consistent throughout this entire season. That 24 car is the champion. So he's looking to finish out the season with the win here today. Alright, Rashad, would you care to click us off with the final 3?
Rolling off on the grid next is Litmate T-Bird, or Jalen Bird, is what we like to call him. He's running in that Aston Martin today, that Ghostbusters scheme. I think he doesn't make a lot of appearances on our races, but I hope today he's looking forward to, he knows this race is a wild card, and he's hoping to take full advantage of today and think he can get him a win. Rolling off next, we have the 99 of Javen Tucker driving the Anti-Ans McLaren. I really think he has some speed today. He's really good when it comes to oval racing. He tends to like to ride in the front and take control of the field. But in wild races like this that are really unpredictable, I don't know how well that's going to work out for him. And next we have Chewbacca, a.k.a. Michael Shoemaker. He's coming out here with that RCF Lexus. You rarely see it on track, but you rarely see Chewbacca. Chewbacca's making one of those appearances knowing that today is a wild card race, and he wants to be a part of the big show, and I really think he can make a really big impact today.
And that concludes your Metz painting grid walk. It's going to be an exciting race today, and me and Rashad Metz are going to be here to walk you through every single play. It's going to be a fun one to watch here today. It's anyone's race at Blue Moon Bay.
I'm really excited today. Really excited to see what's going to happen with these drivers go head-to-head.
What a better way to close off the season as they are set ready to go. The lights are about to go out.
Standing start here.
And they are off. The lights are out. We are racing the final restart of the season. 40 laps.
Miles Johnson is in the lead right now, trying to take control into turn 1.
He gets out to a pretty nice lead there, followed closely by lots of contact in the back. Oh, and Jalen Bird went around there. Let's take a look at what happened here. He sent it very narrow into the, almost made some contact with the apron there, slid right up into Chewbacca, just ran out of room. Ended up.
You think turn 1's wide like the rest of the track, but it gets really narrow going into turn 1. It seems wide, but it's really not.
And turn 1 is the heaviest braking zone on the track, which a lot of drivers have struggled. You know, one of our not usual drivers, they kind of struggle with that. Oh, look, here goes Jalen Connor slide jobbing for the lead here.
Very impressive move. A lot of bump drafting and contact in the pack here going down the front straightaway.
Three, almost 4 wide there.
Trevor Levine was on the bottom lane, went way to the bottom. Like the space slide jobs trying to get up in front. Are they 3 abreast right now? 3 wide as they go down. 4 wide.
A lot of drivers helping other drivers. Rashad Metz being pushed up top. Now he's going to slide down in front. Trying to make that bottom lane work, but here they come with a run off the high side. Trevor Levine being held by Rashad Metz.
Javen Tucker and Miles Johnson on the inside with some help from Chewbacca. Who's going to prevail going into turn 1?
Oh, 3 wide there. Ooh, Javen Tucker slides up the track.
Contact there. Trevor Levine gets ahead of the field going into turn 1 and actually maintains the lead. But I want to talk about that Jalen Connor fellow. He is aching for a win. He's been practicing all week trying to get some oval experience, and he seems to be really, really aggressive.
Ooh, push up the track.
Shots in the wall.
A lot of I didn't think these drivers would be this aggressive this early in the race. We still have over 37 laps remaining, and we are racing 3, sometimes even 4 wide right now.
These drivers have something to prove today. They all think they can win here, and they really want to get that win
almost
today.
wrecked there in the back.
This squad is a lot of shuffling, a lot of moving left and right. In these grooves, people trying to fill in the holes, trying to gain any bit of advantage they possibly can.
This is one of those. Ooh, whoa, Trevor, sideways. That was an odd slide. His front end was pointing to the outside. Normally, when you slide, your rear end kicks out.
For real, that was very interesting.
Oh, way down the track goes Trevor
all the way to the
Levine.
inside.
3 wide, still going to make it. Jalen Connor hung out in the middle. He's going to try to make the bottom. Oh, almost 4 wide there.
He makes it on the bottom.
Ooh.
Miles Johnson backed out just in time because if Jalen Connor still stuck in on the bottom, they would have been 4 wide, and it would have been a massive wreck in the front of the field.
A lot of these drivers are hungry for a win. They haven't won yet this season. I know Miles Johnson is super hungry for a win. Hasn't won yet. Jalen Connor's super hungry. You have Jalen Bird and Michael Shoemaker. This is their last chance to win this season, so they're definitely going all out.
Let's see if we can notice any different strategy that are happening in the pack. As you see, Jalen Bird, after he spun out, I wonder if how long it's going to take him to catch up with the rest of the field, but he's just running his race back there. Hopefully he can catch up and be a factor in the remaining of his race.
Yeah, there's a difference. They are on the same straightaway now. The front pack seemed to cool down for a second there. They almost went single file. A lot of these drivers were saying before the race and then the pre-race show that they were going to try to, not be as aggressive and just kind of ride out the beginning of the race, and just try to come alive at the end. But it seems like they're going all out throughout the entire race almost.
Look how aggressive Jalen Connor is when he's pushing the car in front of him. He is really trying to gain every bit of advantage that he possibly can.
So Rashad Metz making way for the lead there. Now he's getting some help from the 06 car. Javen Tucker still your leader. No, here comes
Trevor Levine goes to the inside of Yeto.
Single file now. Going side by side. See, turn 3 is one of those turns you gotta be careful about drivers that are sliding up from the bottom of the track. A lot of drivers will try to sit in their narrow and get pinned in their narrow sometimes, and will not break the proper amount sliding up into the rest of the pack, which can cause a lot of flaming arguments and other issues. But
you're right about that. I've been noticing in turn 3 when Trevor Levine has been in the lead, he typically goes for the bottom lane, and all the other drivers tend to ride the middle and the high grooves. I wonder if that's a way for him to back out of harm's way or to keep himself safe, or is it actually a faster line? See, Chewbacca is taking that line too. Michael Shoemaker trying to take the inside. Trevor's also on the inside lane, slides up in front of Javen Tucker.
This has been a great race so far here. Still 2 wide for the lead. Miles Johnson going to go with that high lane. Oh, Michael Shoemaker's up into the wall. That's going to stall out the top lane.
Major contact. Did you just see Yeto Nito getting Javen Tucker get loose on the outside lane.
Got
Going
a
up
little
on the track.
sideways. Whoa, Jalen Connor bouncing between the two drivers. He was in the middle of 3 wide. That was close to being a wreck there. He was bouncing in between Miles Johnson and Rashad Mitz, I believe. Let's go with the onboard here. Looking back from the leader.
Look at those cars running sealed to the track when they get under the braking and come out of the corners. All that downforce to get through those corners as fast as possible.
Oh, you see the shoves and pushes coming from that draft, how fast these cars. Whoa, Jalen Connor with a big move to the inside.
See, I told you Jalen Connor is going to be hungry this race for that win. I'm trying to get all the
chaotic view this is. Look at the run Miles Johnson got. But block, man, this is a crazy view looking back from the 99.
Jalen Connor slide jobs Trevor Levine for the position. 3 wide. Who's gonna help who? Trevor's out there with no help.
Miles Johnson's the leader again. Looks like Jalen Connor was helping him. Ooh, got shuffled out of low, heavy contact. Jalen Connor's all over the racetrack. Oh, up and he puts the leader in the wall. Ooh, some more contact. Oh, here comes he back. Side by side again.
A lot of tandeming going through there. Ooh, that block that Jalen Connor just put on Javen Tucker.
Ooh, this is great. I think we've already broke the record for the most lead changes in a Gran Turismo Online Touring Series race. This has been chaotic so far. Oh, I think every single driver except for Jalen Bird has led this race at one point. This is wild, and we're only 12 laps in.
I'm looking forward to seeing what these drivers are going to do as they get later into the race, as they start to settle in. I wonder if they're going to find anybody they want to work with specifically, or if they're going to just try to just go for it by themselves and see if the car just fall into place.
Jalen Bird's made his way back up to the pack. Here he goes, working his way past Trevor Levine.
They're going single file here. I wonder if they're trying to just get comfortable and ride this race out, or if they're actually going to try to make some overtakes. Trevor Levine, always aggressive, making a pass. Every time we look at him in the pack, he's passing somebody. Unstoppable, that car was in qualifying.
Ooh, Matt's got pushed up into the wall. He's still getting a run.
And number 24 car is fast.
Look at the cars bouncing side to side. It's amazing how these drivers can keep these things going. Oh, pushed up into the wall. Looks like Jalen Bird dove it in there deep in the first corner, made heavy contact with 3 or 4 drivers.
When you come and race at these oval tracks, especially in this league, you got to come here and you got to go and race at your A game. You got to be the best that you possibly can be. And it's gonna, in this race, this 40-lap, basically slugfest of a race, it's gonna really show these guys, like, bring out who has the most experience and who is most inexperienced.
Which is one of the things I love about this track, is it evens the playing field. Anyone can win, because you see how close these drivers are to each other at every single moment of the race. Anyone can win it. It's just a wild race.
Think about this race is such a wild card. It could really shuffle the points up going into this race at the end of it, because there's so many ways that you can win or lose. It's not about making sure you're hitting your, well, it's about hitting your marks, but it's just
some contact.
A lot more wild card. Ooh, some contact there.
Jalen Bird trying to push the 99 car. Ooh, almost a wreck there between Trevor Levine and, I think that was Jalen Bird that slid up a little bit.
I'm really impressed by these drivers so far. So far, there hadn't been any catastrophic wrecks. So far, they've just been bumping and banging and bouncing off the wall and each other, and they've just been holding their lanes and racing. This is the hardest racing I've seen in a long time.
I'm sure Rashad Metz is very glad that he clinched the title before coming into this race, because you can gain 7 spots in the corner and you can lose it all right back in the next corner. That's how chaotic this race is. 3 wide. Oh, sandwich in between each other. Oh, Jalen Connor's bouncing all over the place.
Extremely loose. But look at Jalen Bird making his way from a spin all the way up to P3 right now. Now P4, he's bouncing off the wall and other drivers.
Oh, here goes, look at Jalen Connor. He's going to the lead.
3 wide for the lead right now.
Whoa.
Jalen Bird has something to say about it.
Whoa. This is, was that 4 or 5 wide there?
That looked 4 to 5 wide to me. 4
wide.
Bouncing off the wall at each other. Now the question to ask now is, how long can they race like this before tempers start to flare? Because I bet this is really stressful for the drivers in the cars.
I think there's bound to be a big wreck sometime in this race if they keep racing the way they are right now. There's no way these drivers can keep that just keep it going like this. Miles Johnson trying to make a move here. Oh, he gets turned into the wall, into the air. Massive wreck.
Oh my gosh, that is sickening.
A hard hit there. See what looks like Miles Johnson went down to the inside. He got, oh, I think he hit the apron a little bit.
That apron and got hooked by Jalen Connor. Did a 360 midair bouncing off that wall.
That is. Let's look at the end car of Miles Johnson.
It's the apron gets hooked.
That is crazy.
That's something you don't like to see when you're racing.
And Miles Johnson's gonna have some ground to make up here. But a massive wreck strikes earlier. A single car crash. Thankfully, that could have collected a lot more cars than just that single car.
See, they're trying to pick people to work with here. As you can see, they're all shuffled out a little bit more spread out.
Single file now throughout the pack. Wondering if they're starting to settle into that groove. Never mind. Here comes Rashad Metz for the lead. He's held by Trevor Levine
with him.
Slide right up in front of Jalen Tucker.
Almost 3 wide. Jalen Bird is trying to make that inside lane work. That's where he gains a lot of his positions and time, as we've been noticing.
What an amazing race thus far. We are halfway through. Ooh, Trevor Levine gets pushed up the track a little bit. Here goes, oh, Jalen Bird almost had the lead there for a second. Here comes Javen Tucker with some help. He's getting pushed by the 24 car. Some tandem drafting.
Just hooked to that back bumper almost, trying to make it. This Trevor Levine came up and gave him a push. They're trying to work that outside lane, trying to get around Javen Tucker.
3, 4
no
wide
contact into the wall, side by side. They're just on each other's quarter panels.
And we are at the halfway point of this race. What a wild first half it has been, and I'm sure they're not going to calm down a bit if they've been racing like this long.
Not one bit at all. 3 wide still, as you see Jalen Connor just trying to make his car go in any hole that it will fit into.
Rashad Metz, the champion of this season, trying to fight for the lead in a very special silver car he's running today. Jalen Bird has put the Ghostbusters car out front now, but not for long.
This is where you can see where experience and inexperience starts to become more evident. Is when they get closer to the front, you can see who can take charge of the field and who can't take charge of the field. As you can see here, the inexperience from Jalen Bird shows that he just drops back in the corner, picking the wrong line, not getting the help that he needed to stay out front. But you see right now, their bumpers are hooked with Javen Tucker and Rashad Metz.
Really pushing each other. Side by side against the lead.
Jalen Bird on the inside trying to make a move again. Has no help. Oh,
Where'd he go?
It's
What
a rub. He's
happened?
back.
Let's watch that again. He hit the apron coming out of turn 3. Oh, heavy contact with Jalen
Gets
Connor.
loose.
What a
Almost in the
save!
pit lane. What a save!
An excellent save. Miles Johnson's back in the pack now.
Amazing car control by Jalen Bird there. That could have been disastrous.
Whoosh.
Jalen
That
Tucker
was an
takes the lead.
excellent save. Sideways, almost went in the pit lane with that one. Which drivers have been known to spin onto pit lane off of turn 3.
Yeah, coming from experience, Miles, how do you feel about how did you feel when you went in the pit lane that one time?
I've been pushed in the pit lane a lot, and I did not like it that much, especially on the final lap.
You see here, Chewbacca's trying to hold his own, trying to make his way to the front. He's been cruising in the back of the field. He's saying it's his time to be in the front. Getting some help from Miles Johnson here as he got on the front straightaway.
Chewbacca slides up the track. Oh, he gets bumped by Jalen Bird into Trevor Levine. Javen Tucker's doing an excellent job of keeping the number 99.
Shot all the way on the apron there. All the way
He's
on the
still
bottom
on the
of the
into
racetrack.
the grass.
Into
He
the
takes the
grass.
lead.
Takes the lead. What a run!
Miles Johnson's back in the equation after flying through the air.
All I know
shows-
is Miles Johnson versus Rashad Metz. It's always a show. Those two always work well together, but when it comes down to crunch time, they fight each other like no other.
They finished 1-2 in the weekly series at Northern Iowa more than 5 times. That's more than half of the season. They were the only 2 drivers to win races in that season. The only 2 drivers. They both won 5 races.
You see Rashad's pushing Trevor Levine on the top line there.
Miles Johnson gets some
Trying to
help.
clear Miles Johnson to run on the bottom. That top side is not done yet. Let's see what they can do. Ooh, Jalen Connor takes control of the high lane, goes to the inside, trying to go for the lead, go to the lead here, pushing.
Oh, he got bumped down by
Bumping and
Rashad
banging.
Metz. This is wild. You can see the paint starting to get scraped off of these front and rear bumpers from being pushed and shoved so much. If they keep racing like this, there's bound to be a major incident. Like we saw the one earlier, but I don't think it's going to be just one car this time.
So, Miles, what do you think about Chewbacca and that Lexus? He's been laying low this race, and what do you think his plan and strategy is?
He's been running pretty good up front. We've seen him make a couple runs to the front of the pack and then drop back. He still hasn't quite figured out turn 1 yet, but I think that he's setting himself up for the end of the race. I'm sure the final 10 laps of this race will be chaotic because a lot of drivers that are hanging back now, trying to avoid wrecks, are going to stream to the front with about 10 or 5 laps to go.
I could definitely get behind that idea, that theory. You see the cars are tandeming. Chewbacca getting
Chewbacca
aggressive.
making a move!
Oh, wide!
Forward wide, oh, they bounced on the track!
Contact.
Almost a big wreck there!
Good save. These drivers have amazing car control so far. A lot of saves, a lot of near wrecks. This is incredible
And the
racing.
champion is your leader!
Out front, finally getting him some laps. Let
Ooh,
Javen
bumping
Tucker
and
with some
banging.
contact.
Trevor Levine in the lead
to the
again.
inside. Trevor Levine has been a driver to watch. Even in qualifying, he was multiple tenths faster in the single car qualifying.
He's been fast all season in that Jaguar. He almost actually had a 4th win at Dragon Trail, but he stopped thinking it was the end of the race at the finish line, and Rashad Metz passed him, picking up the win.
As he was saying, Trevor Levine isn't one of those oval racers. He tends to like to stay on the road courses, but for somebody that likes to stay on the road course, he's having a real good race today. He's really showing his experience and how to maximize his car.
That Jaguar is bad, fast, pretty much anywhere you take it.
Miles Johnson, what do you think? What road course characteristics do you think he's taken and brought to the oval?
Just the consistency. You need a lot of consistency here to be able to stay off of other drivers. And if you can pass drivers at a road course, it makes it all that easier to pass drivers here. Because a road course, you have about half of the space. Because this track is, 4 to 5 lanes wide. A road courses can be only 2 lanes wide at one of our, narrowest tracks. And you have to wait turn after turn to make a pass. Here, you can almost make a pass every single turn or even on the straightaways.
That's very true, very true. I can see that Trevor's using that experience. He's using all of the extra space. You've been seeing him dive to that far inside lane to make passes. He's been really putting that Jaguar in good positions, getting good help from behind. He's really making that car work today.
Javen Tucker's been doing an excellent job of keeping that car. Oh, into the grass! Rashad is going to go around. He gets it back going straight. What a save there. Let's take a look at
it. Turned. Inside lane, sides up a groove. Contact with Jalen Connor.
Ooh, he's gonna slide backwards. But
did he keep it off the wall? Did he scrape the wall?
Let's take a look at the in-car camera of this. Miles Johnson behind him. Oh yeah, Jalen Connor had something wrong with Jalen Connor's car. He kept it off the wall too.
Kept it off the wall and got it back going.
What a save!
Incredible car control.
And that is some driving from a true champion right there. But something must have happened with Jalen Connor's car, causing him to check up like that. And Rashad Metz didn't even see him slowing down like that. But I'm sure that Metz will be right back in this race in no time. Jalen Connor's trying to make some big contact
10 laps to go. Can Rashad make his way back up to the rest of the field? And will there be another wreck?
Rashad Metz is only about a half a straightaway back now. He's getting some help from Boost and the slipstream.
Miles, when do you think these drivers are going to decide it's time to go and make that major rush to stay at the
They've
front?
They've pretty much been all go this entire race almost. But 1 to 2 laps to go, there's going to be more chaos than you've seen this entire night. As here goes Miles Johnson to the lead. Oh, he put Jaden Tucker in the wall. He must have thought he was clear.
These drivers are aggressive. Miles Johnson has something
he gets put in the
here.
wall by Chuba, man. And from first to last in one turn. That's how quickly things can change. Rashad Metz is already back into the pack.
Jalen Connor.
Oh, he almost turned Trevor.
Jalen Connor's been going from the back to the front, all race. I really think he's starting to try to get a grasp on how to race these oval races, and I think he's starting to learn something because he's starting to get every time he makes a charge to the front. He stays up there a little bit longer each time. He might be a force to be reckoned with coming as we come later in the race.
I've seen a lot of rear ends being kicked out and kicked around. Dude.
Trevor Levine back in the lead.
Ooh. Almost another wreck there. We have been close to wrecking this entire lap almost.
Rashad Metz is caught back up with the pack there. I wonder if he's going to try to ride out the back to avoid getting spun again, or is he going to continue to charge to the front?
What an amazing race so far. This is the closing of the first season here. And what an amazing, this is the most exciting race that we have seen all season.
Bumper to bumper, car to car, all
and
together.
The train, they turn her. Oh, we got 2 cars going around. The big wreck, and Rashad Metz. The big one happens. That's probably going to bring out a caution, the first one of the day, I would say.
I think they are. They're going to turn 1. They all went in single file, and they all shuffle, spread out, all in the high lane.
Jalen Connor drove her into the corner, and that caused. Let's look at what happened to Miles Johnson here. He took some of the worst of it. He was in second. Jalen Connor dive bombs the turn, pushed Javen Tucker in the wall, which takes out both of these drivers in the back. Let's look at the in-car camera.
Miles Johnson holding this lane. There's nothing much you can do
there. Nowhere to go. Let's go back to Rashad Metz to see what happened here. The hood cam.
Just run that outside lane and try to avoid it. He got caught up in it.
Got caught up in the wreck. And we have seen our big wreck of the day, I think, there. You know what they say, cautions bring cautions? The field's going to allow these two to come up to catch them, and they're just going to go back to green, I think, right about now. A quick see.
When you're real close with these drivers, when you're driving inches apart at 200 miles an hour, you have little to no room for mistakes. That's why we emphasize how much experience is important, how important experience is when coming into oval races, because there's no room for error.
This has been one of the craziest races we have seen this year so far, aside of the BB Raceway race. These ovals may not be the favorite to the driver, but they do excite. They're so exciting to watch. Still side by side, almost 3 wide in the pack.
That Jaguar of Trevor Levine is incredible in the bottom lane, consistently in turn 3 and 4, just
5 laps remaining,
just making passes on the bottom. Look how he sends it in. Look how much better he rolls the center of the corner than the rest of these drivers do.
Jalen Connor's being super aggressive to get up to the front.
I think that bump was Rashad showing his displeasure. That was Miles Johnson showing displeasure.
Oh, almost a massive wreck. I heard Miles Johnson say over his radio, just you better not let me get to your corner panel. So Miles Johnson is definitely upset with Jalen Connor.
Oh, contact there. He put him in the wall.
Rashad Nance almost pretty much takes out Jalen Connor, but we still have under 4 laps remaining. Jalen Connor's still in this.
In turn 3, Jalen Connor put Rashad in the wall, so I think that's what he was retaliating about.
A lot of drivers upset with Jalen Connor.
Miles Johnson and Rashad Metz are not being very friendly with Jalen Connor. I think that's where his overall inexperience is starting to shine and show because he's starting to make a lot of drivers unhappy. He's not taking part in the give and take. He's not being patient. He's just going 100% every single lap.
As you see right there, he slides up into 3 or 4 drivers. We're coming up on 3 laps remaining.
I think these drivers are starting to get desperate, especially Jalen Connor, as he's just been balls to the wall.
3 more laps remaining in the final race of the first season.
Jalen Bird making another charge to the front of the field here is in 4th.
He's been pretty fast, and he's come alive at certain spots. He's been one of those comers and goers. Meanwhile, Javen Tucker, Rashad Metz, Miles Johnson, and Trevor Levine have pretty much stayed up front the entire race, aside from incidents.
He's been real quiet, but Michael Shoemaker has been real quiet this race. Just
3 wide for the lead, 4 wide for the lead, with only 2 laps to go. Miles Johnson's the leader now.
Jalen Bird to the inside trying to contest.
Oh, he puts everyone on the wall. Javen Tucker, he's been up front this entire way, but do you want to be in the lead coming to the white flag? As you see Jalen blocks. Both Jalen side by side now. Jalen Connor on the apron. Here goes Miles Johnson to the inside.
Both drivers heading in.
Oh, bumping and banging, almost a big wreck.
Bumping and banging to take the white flag. 3 wide, 4 wide, going on 5. Oh my God!
To the first turn for the final time. Everyone's spread out. We got cars in the wall. We got cars on the bottom.
Trevor Levine is in the lead right now, followed by Jalen Connor, followed by Rashad Metz, and then Miles Johnson behind. These drivers are going to have to make something happen here.
Oh, here goes Johnson to the inside.
Big run. A lot of contact. Jalen Connor trying to block the whole field. To the narrow.
They all
go on the break.
Here goes Miles Johnson to the outside.
They're
contact into the wall. Side by side to the line.
Who takes it?
Jalen Connor won the race. 23 thousandths of a second he won. The closest.
Jalen Connor just won.
His first race of the season. What an amazing end to the season that was.
What a masterclass by Jalen Connor. He came into the race.
Thousandths of a second. By inches, he beat Miles Johnson.
This week is just Jalen Connor's been stressing with these ovals, trying to gain more and more experience. And as he went through the race, he went from back to front, back to front, back to front. I think he was starting to build up some and learn learn how to drive this track, learn how to drive around other cars, and I think it paid dividends that he actually came and got the win. I am impressed.
So Jalen Connor may have won the race, but Rashad Metz is your GTO Touring Series champion. So congratulations to you, Rashad, and thank you for sitting here and watching the race in the broadcast booth with me.
Of course, that was incredible.
And what a great end to the season. We will be back soon enough with maybe even some new series. We'll have new tracks for next season. We are just getting started here. Thank you for all of those that have raced with us throughout the season. And just thank you. We plan to grow in the future. And we hope that you are back for some more racing next season. So long from Miles Johnson and Rashad Metz. We will be back with you soon enough.